So welcome to our first Bloxham PE video. Hopefully this is something that we'll see more of in the coming weeks and months. This video focuses on taking GCSE practical video footage, which is done really for all sports, as we see here, that are off-site, or listed off-site on the criteria. Basically all sports done at school will be marked or filmed for you. The only real exception being swimming, because if you swim competitively outside school, it's important to film the highest level you compete at, which in all probability will be away from school. So when you film footage for the exam board, I'll sort of run through now the most important things. The first thing is to introduce yourself. Make sure you're not wearing a ski helmet or a horse riding hat. So then it's to possibly try and give your candidate number. That's always helpful. And the most important thing to remember is it's got to be clear that the person being filmed is you. They can't have people standing in for you. The next thing to do is to film according to the criteria of the sport you've chosen. So the example we've got here is skiing. And just a note there, if you're following the criteria, you can find all the criteria at the link here. Okay, so here we've got the skiing criteria. You can see the core skills are first. Now I'd suggest you film the core skills first, then move on to the advanced skills, and finally decision making and tactical awareness. It's important in all aspects of GCSE footage that it's demonstrated in a competitive situation, as you see here. Now, ideally for skiers, that would involve slalom gates or some form of freestyle run. So if you go on a ski holiday, you can generally access a stad where they'll have slalom gates to film in, and you can do that at the end of your video. However, in the worst case, you can film a race against another skier down a run in a safe setting, and that will, the example would say, class as a competitive setting. However, I'd much rather it was in a slalom situation. So really, you work your way through the core skills, then the advanced skills, decision making and tactical awareness, and finally in a competitive setting. If you could demonstrate some of the decision making and tactical awareness in a competitive setting, that's really what you're aiming for on the whole. So the content should run through core skills, then advanced skills, decision making, competitive setting. Finally, you can borrow cameras from us. The nearer it gets to the 31st of March, which is the deadline for coursework, the harder it will be to get a camera. So I'd suggest getting in early. Once you've got your footage, it's worth editing the basic video footage to include the titles. What I mean by that is that you would film your descending of a short slope of a moderate gradient. You'd title that on the start of the video footage, and you'd then demonstrate that in the video before moving on to control rate of descent by ploughing. And you'd do that again with a short title, then demonstrate it with video footage. It's probably easiest to see that in our demo videos, which will show you how to title the section that fulfills the criteria you're trying to fulfill. So hopefully the footage here gives you a good run through of how to take GCSE practical footage. So we'll just run through it one more time. Firstly, introduce yourself. Make sure you're not wearing anything that disguises you. Try and give your candidate number. Make it clear that you are the person being filmed. Next, film according to the criteria. It's important to do this. If you're struggling with this, speak to a PE teacher who will give you one-to-one guidance. You can find the criteria on the link here. Then try and film through the criteria, running through core skills, advanced skills, decision making, including a competitive situation. Finally, you can borrow cameras from us, and basic video editing footage will make it simpler, faster and easier for the moderator to access, which is absolutely vital. Thank you for watching. If you have any further questions, see your teacher directly.